The mystery and legacy of the Mona Lisa. Painted in the early 1500s, the Mona Lisa began as little more than another commission for Leonardo da Vinci. Historical records most commonly associate the painting with Lisa del Giocondo, the wife of a wealthy Florentine silk merchant. It was intended, they say, to celebrate her husband's success and their family's move into a new home. And here the facts start to blur. Leonardo, whose meticulous journals documented almost everything, left no explicit mention of who the subject of the Mona Lisa was, nor why he painted her. It's almost as if he wanted the identity of this woman and the purpose of this painting to dissolve into obscurity. Was she simply Lisa del Giocondo or someone else entirely? Or, as some have controversially suggested, was she no woman at all? The Mona Lisa is unlike anything painted before her. At first glance, she appears straightforward, but as you look closer, she transforms. Her smile changes with your perspective, shifting from warm and welcoming to sly, even critical. This illusion is no accident. Da Vinci's genius lies in his mastery of sfumato, a revolutionary technique in which he blended tones and gradients so seamlessly that edges became nearly invisible. This method allowed him to subtly blur her facial transitions, giving the Mona Lisa a lifelike quality, where emotions and expressions are not fixed in time, but fluid and dynamic. It's as though Da Vinci wanted her smile to constantly evolve, keeping us questioning what we see and what we feel. But why? Some argue that her smile was more than just artistic mastery. They believe it was intentional, a hidden code, a message that only those who dared to deeply observe could decipher. Did Da Vinci embed mathematical proportions, divine symbolism, or even personal confession into this smile? Or was it simply his way of showing the complexity of human expression? Behind her enigmatic face lies an equally puzzling landscape, another area where Da Vinci departed from the norms of portraiture. Instead of framing Lisa del Giocondo in a real, identifiable setting, like Florence or a garden, Leonardo placed her in an unearthly space. Winding roads, mist-covered mountains, and rivers that seem to vanish into nowhere form her backdrop. This surreal environment isn't incidental. Da Vinci, who traveled the hills and rivers of Italy during his lifetime, was a master of geography and topography. Yet the Mona Lisa's background doesn't match any single real location. Why? Some scholars believe the backdrop represents a kind of psychological space, a reflection of Lisa's inner thoughts, emotions, and mystery. Others suggest that Da Vinci may have created an amalgamation of real and imagined landscapes to signify the fluidity of the human experience, blending the tangible with the dreamlike, the real with the unknowable. And then there are the eyes, another focal point of centuries of speculation. If her smile is a puzzle, her eyes are all their own enigma. When studied under magnification, tiny markings appear faintly within them. And what of her lack of visible eyebrows and eyelashes? Was this due to Da Vinci abandoning the portrait midway, as some records suggest? Or could it have been a deliberate choice, removing facial details to heighten her ambiguity, making her even harder to interpret? In her time, portraits of wealthy women were often ornate, filled with jewelry and status symbols. They were designed to display wealth and privilege at first glance, but the Mona Lisa is startlingly simple. So what is she meant to represent? Could her simplicity, paired with her enigmatic expression, suggest that she is more symbolic than literal? To Da Vinci, beauty was not just external. It was tied to mathematics, balance, and harmony. Scholars argue that the Mona Lisa was designed to be a perfect blend of body and soul, art and science, present and eternal. But could she be more than a face? A vessel for secrets Da Vinci knew the world wasn't ready for? And then there's the journey of the painting itself, a story almost as fascinating as the art. When Da Vinci died in 1519, he left the Mona Lisa in his possession. It eventually made its way to France, becoming part of King Francis I's royal collection. Over the centuries, it endured wars, revolutions, and even theft. In the 20th century, her reputation exploded past the art world. She became a household name, a symbol of mystery and elegance. The worldwide obsession grew as she was attacked multiple times and damaged by vandals, but always restored her place of honor in the Louvre. Despite the centuries, despite the endless speculation, the Mona Lisa continues to hold her place as the most famous and most mysterious painting the world has ever known. Her smile, her gaze, her meaning, they keep calling us back, asking the same questions over and over again. Is she a person or a symbol? A masterpiece or a cryptic message left by Leonardo da Vinci, a man who surely knew the allure of mystery? Maybe we'll never know, and maybe that's exactly how da Vinci always wanted it. The Mona Lisa isn't just a painting, it's a magnet for mystery. For centuries, scholars, researchers, and conspiracy theorists have been drawn to her like moths to a flame, convinced that Leonardo da Vinci embedded secrets within her layers of paint. But are these mysteries real, or are they illusions born from our own need to find meaning in her enigmatic face? Let's start with her eyes. Under magnification, some claim to see tiny cryptic markings within her pupils. In her right eye, scholars have reported what appears to be the initials LV, Leonardo's signature, perhaps hidden in plain sight. But the left eye is more controversial. Some say they see the number 72, a figure with biblical and mystical significance, often tied to divine creation and balance. But is this evidence of da Vinci's genius, or simply cracks in the aging paint? After all, we humans are wired to find patterns, even where none exist. Could these markings be intentional, or are they nothing more than the product of centuries of wear and tear? Then, there's the landscape, a backdrop unlike any other. In traditional portraiture of the time, sitters were often framed against identifiable settings, a home, a garden, or a cityscape. But da Vinci chose something entirely different for the Mona Lisa. Her background is a surreal, almost otherworldly mix of winding paths, jagged hills, and distant mountains shrouded in mist. Some scholars argue that this landscape is purely symbolic, representing the journey of life itself. The winding paths might signify the twists and turns of human existence, while the distant mountains could symbolize the unattainable, our eternal quest for knowledge and meaning. Others suggest a more grounded explanation, that da Vinci, a keen geologist and cartographer, was blending elements of real locations he had studied, creating a composite that defies identification. But here's where it gets even stranger. Infrared scans of the Mona Lisa reveal that the horizon line on the left side of the painting doesn't match the right. It's slightly higher. This subtle asymmetry creates an optical illusion, making the painting feel different depending on which side you focus on. Was this a deliberate trick by da Vinci to unsettle the viewer, to make us question what's real and what's imagined? But the mysteries of the Mona Lisa don't stop with her eyes or her background. Over the years, she's been linked to some of the most famous conspiracy theories in history. One of the most enduring claims ties the Mona Lisa to the Priory of Sion, a secret society said to guard ancient knowledge and sacred relics. Popularized by Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, this theory suggests that da Vinci, as a supposed member of the Priory, embedded hidden messages in his work, including the Mona Lisa. Could her enigmatic smile be a clue to the location of the Holy Grail, or perhaps a reference to lost truths about religion and history? Skeptics dismiss these claims as fiction, but the idea persists. After all, da Vinci was known for his fascination with religious symbolism and his tendency to challenge traditional beliefs. Could the Mona Lisa be his way of questioning the dominant narratives of his time, subtly hinting at hidden truths that only the most observant would uncover? Another theory suggests that the Mona Lisa is more than just a portrait. It's a coded representation of universal harmony. Da Vinci was deeply influenced by the idea of the golden ratio, a mathematical principle found in nature, art, and even the human body. Some researchers claim that the proportions of the Mona Lisa's face align perfectly with the golden ratio, making her not just a person, but a symbol of perfection and balance. Others take this idea even further, suggesting that the Mona Lisa isn't a woman at all, but a self-portrait of da Vinci himself. They point to the similarities between her features and his own, as seen in his self-portraits. Could the Mona Lisa be Leonardo's way of merging the masculine and feminine, the physical and spiritual, into one transcendent image? Or is this theory just another layer of speculation? Throughout history, The Mona Lisa has inspired countless interpretations, from serious academic studies to playful parodies. She's been reimagined as everything from a mustachioed figure in Marcel Duchamp's El Ouk to a modern-day meme. But why does she continue to captivate us even after 5 centuries? Perhaps it's because the Mona Lisa isn't just a painting, it's a mirror. Her smile, her gaze, her mysteries, they reflect our questions, our search for meaning. Whether you see her as a masterpiece, a puzzle, or a symbol of something greater, one thing is certain: the Mona Lisa will never stop intriguing us. Is the Mona Lisa hiding a secret message, or is her mystery simply the result of Da Vinci's unparalleled genius? Perhaps the answer lies not in what we see, but in what we want to see. After all, the greatest mysteries are the ones we can never fully solve.